Hi, this is your instructor, Jen Travers, just checking in to see how you guys are doing. I thought I'd make a quick video touching on a few things that I think you need to know, the basics, even if you've gone through the student orientation, just making sure you know where the very most important things are, and a few things that I'd like to add to it. So these are the 8 things that I'd like to touch on in terms of finding within D2L. The first one that I'm going to touch on are course home resources. So when you log into D2L, this is what you're going to see. And this is a very long page, and you probably haven't scrolled to the very bottom. So I just wanted to show you a couple of things that are on the bottom for Secondary Student Toolkit. You have a number of things that will be beneficial to you if you've got your Google Apps account, having Chrome or access to those. EBSCOhost is going to be good for researching and looking up for secondary resources. If you're doing it completely online and not going to a library, then you will have access to this through D2L at home, and you can have access to thousands of resources using EBSCOhost. You have the Canadian Encyclopedia, a number of other tools that you can use. Now, you don't have to use these. You can access them using probably your school library. You can do a number of different ways. You can just type in Google. You can type in YouTube. However, you've got them here before you even log in. So just to know that they're there is always good. I'm going to be bouncing back and forth between using this as an instructor and using this as a student. So you'll sort of see the differences between. The second thing that I wanted to touch on was news items. So if you found this video, then it is likely that you know where the news items will be. New videos will be displayed here, or some reminders typed out, whatever it might be. Sometimes I post extra things that you might need to have, pay attention to, whatever it might be. The other way to see news items or to know that there's new items, that they are posted up here. So if you see this little icon with the little red bubble above it, means that there's a new news item that you haven't seen or haven't looked at and that you should check out. So news is where I post upcoming assignments or discussions or things that you need to have and pay attention to. All right, so the third one is content pages. So now that we're getting into the course and getting away from the student orientation, which is just clicking on different things to see what's available to you, I've really tried to streamline it to show you these are the things that you need for this particular courses. All courses are different, but these are important. This is me seeing it as a student. So I have clicked on my course, and here's what I see now. You will see a number of different things, and I've changed and rearranged some things. So what you should see available to you now is unit number 1. So under content browser, and you can either go through here or through here, right? I can click here or I can click content and figure out where I am or where I need to be. This is showing you progress as to how much you have read or completed in terms of links that you've clicked on. I can also see all of that information. So here we have an outline of what Unit 1, Activity 1 is all about. The expectations, those are the curriculum expectations that we will be covering through it. Not necessarily as important. Here's the important part. Content. Think of these like your textbook pages. This is your reading. This is where you get your information and assignment sheets. Any links to videos, slideshows, things that I want you to examine. This is your course content. I've had students who click on just this link and then wonder why they don't have all the pieces of the puzzle. It's because it's in your content. So again, there's 2 ways to get there through Course Home, but also through content. So I'm working on Unit 1, Activity 1, and I want to read through the textbook. So as stated in the beginning here, your journals are like your classroom activities. You've got text that you can read through, but it also gives you articles, links, pieces of information that you might need to have. Even down here, you might get graphic organizers. And looking like I'll have to update that link as well. So here's another link that you'll need to have for one of the assignments. So all of those things happen here. There's even some assignment sheets that you can click on, graphic organizers that you can use and print off so that you can do the classroom activities that it's asking you to do. This is looking at this environment as getting your information electronically, but it's asking you to participate in it. Much like the classroom, all of these steps lead into completing the assignments. If you complete the journals and all of the book work, then it's looking at, you know, how those all build skills that you'll be using within your assignment. Here's one little thing that I wanted to show you within content pages. When you click next at the bottom of the page to move on to the next page of your content pages, this frustrates me more than anything else, but it will go to the bottom of the page that you have to scroll up to the top. If you ever click on that and see a blank page, simply scroll up and see if it's just at the top of the page. It sometimes looks like it's a link that doesn't go anywhere, but I've made sure that most of the links work, unlike that previous one, that you just sometimes have to scroll up to the top. So here's content page 2. You go through, it's talking about different things, giving you links that you need to have, and that's important. So now that I've read, I don't have any more content pages. I've done all the assignments that I now am going to work on my assignments for grades. So here we have 3 assignments that you'll be working on. Assignment number 1, diversity word games. Number 2, writing a personal opinion essay, following the steps. And 3, writing a reflective paragraph. There's 3 different ways here that you're submitting assignments. So here you've got a Dropbox. So if you're working through and you work through and finish, you still got this up, you can just click on Dropbox and it will automatically take you there. Or the other way that you can access it, say you've taken some time to work on this one and you don't want to go into the assignment, you just want to hand it in. When you log in, you can just click on Dropbox and you know it's Unit 1, Activity 1, that you can click on the assignment box there and submit it in. You can see the rubric and you attach a file. You can even add some comments as to what you want to know or want me to know about that assignment. So there's 2 ways to hand in assignments. It needs to be in a format easily recognizable. Rich text format is good. Word document is good. Even PDF is good. Sometimes if students create a project and want to take a picture, even a JPEG is appropriate. You just need to make sure that they all go into the Dropbox. So that covers our second one. From content pages, you go to assignments, then you go into the Dropbox to submit them. Another thing that we will be doing this semester are discussions. So you will see the discussion link in your assignment pages. So I'm going to click on my course and log in. Discussions you will see in the assignment pages, even in the content pages as links. However, your discussions will also you can go through them here. So in Unit 1 assignment or Activity 3, you will have one that you will need to participate in here. And some of you have done this. This is your student orientation course. So your discussions that you post and that people can reply, they can post a little bit more. I've gone through them wanting to get to know you, but this is how a discussion looks. So you saw that in your student orientation course. If there's a discussion that is coming up that you need to participate in, then you can go to certain ones that you have. See here for Unit 1, Activity 1, that's for course content that we'll be going through. You have a student-teacher conference on your personal opinion piece. You'll post it here. You'll also be linked to it in your assignment page. So that's Unit 1, Activity 1, Student Conference. We can go to Content, Unit 1, Activity 1, in your assignment. And there's your discussion link there. It'll take you to the same place. Okay, so we have gone through these 3 important tools that you'll be using within your course to complete your assignment. The most important part to most students is figuring out where their grades are. So under grades, you will be able to find your name. Here's all of the assignments. Where you have a 0 means that you have not submitted it, and that you need to make sure that all of those have a grade because they are all for assessment and that you need to have them complete. It will give you a grade and comments. Any comments that you want or that I type in there will appear in there. This only shows for yours. So you can go through and make sure that you have submitted all of the assignments. So if you see, there's no links here, but if you see you didn't do the family photo album, it's Unit 1, Activity 2. You can go back here to figure where exactly it is that you've gone wrong or missed something. So Unit 1, Activity 2, and here's the family photo album that you need to submit, whether it be the discussion or simply the assignment that you handed in. So there's a number of ways to make sure that you handed in all of your assignments and how far you're progressing through. And please email me here any questions that you have when it comes to your grades or questions how to navigate, whatever it might be. This is a quick link. You can just send me an email, even send me a pager information. It just notifies me that I've got some questions coming in from students. So your email is pretty important up there. So that covers these two. The last two that I wanted to touch on is just to remember to check your calendar. And I'm also using an app called Remind for this course as well, even though you're in D2L, that I've been using Remind in my class to remind my students of things that are coming up. And I'll talk about that in just a minute. So the calendar, you can see that, and I'm going to go to Course Home. You will see it in your main page on Course Home. So I like to see it as a calendar and both as upcoming events. If you click on this, it will show you what assignment it is. That's what I love about it. I've just changed that recently. You'll also see the bolded date. That will tell you that you have an assignment due on that date. If you're looking at the dates of upcoming assignments, you can click on that, and it should and could take you to the assignment that's due. There it is there. So it's showing you which assignment is due and that you need to complete it. So all of these assignments will be due by next week on February 13th. So you need to make sure that you complete that. That calendar is important to remind you. However, we're not always logged in and we don't always look at the calendar. So we all have our own systems of how we remind ourselves. This is something that I have been using in my 4U English class, and it worked quite well. And I'd like to use it with this classroom. So Remind is an app that you put on your phone. It's free. If you search in your app store, I'm an iPhone user. If you search in your app store for Remind, R-E-M-I-N-D, you'll see the free app. You need to download it to your phone. This is if you want to do this. You don't have to, but if you want to. So download Remind to your device, your phone, your iPad, your Android, whatever it might be. And when you are in the program, and actually to register for the program, you can actually text this number. So as a phone number to text to 613-777-8766, you're going to text this number, and it stands for e-learning HHS4, grade 12. So to this number, you text this message, and it will enroll you in my Remind class that I can send out reminds that you have assignments coming up. So if you want to attempt that, you can. If you would like me to email you or send you a message so that you can enroll that way, that's great. And what it does is it automatically connects once you've downloaded the app to your device and then text to this number, this message, it will automatically enroll you in my class. And you can set it to either text message remind you, or you can just do an email or both. I like to do both just because it catches me to remind me in a number of different ways what's coming up. So this is just something extra. If you want to use it, great. If you don't, no obligation. Just make sure that you're checking the calendar and the program. So that's it for me. If you have any questions, please email me. I will definitely be going through my email over the next week as people are enrolling and dropping out, whatever it may be, so that I can help them and get them to navigate the course and get their assignments done on time. So email me any questions and I can address them through screencasts such as this. Thank you. Have a great day, and I hope to see you some more time soon.